In this video I'm going to demonstrate how to program your Castle Creations ESC for governor mode to use with the Fusion 50. I've installed the Castle Creations Castle Link software on my computer. I've plugged the dongle into my computer and plugged the ESC then into the dongle. Because I'm using a high voltage ESC, I've also plugged the flight battery into the ESC. Whenever programming an ESC using the computer interface, it is good practice to unplug the wires for the motor, and I have done this. This prevents the helicopter inadvertently spooling up. With the software running, I have selected vehicle type as helicopter. I've selected throttle type as governor mode. When using governor mode, it's still very important to program your transmitter for fixed throttle endpoints. Castle has a really good help about doing this here. There is a very good description of fixed endpoint programming, and also the fact that you need to do this for governor mode. I am going to use set RPM governor mode. It's very important to pick low governor gain. Castle Creations use a very aggressive governor in their ESCs, and it's very important to pick a low governor gain. You can either pick low as 15 or custom and start at 15, or maybe even a little bit lower, somewhere between 12 and 15, but I will start with 15. The initial spool up rate and head speed change rate I've left at the default of 5. The battery pack voltage, you can use Castle's calculator. I'm using a 12-cell lithium pack, so this gives a total nominal voltage of 44.4 volts. I have entered this. I have also entered the gearing information and motor information for my Fusion 50. I'm using a 13-tooth pinion, the standard 129-tooth main gear, and I'm using a 550 kV motor, the HK 4025-550, and this has 8 magnet poles. So I've entered this information. I've then entered the 3 head speeds that I wish to use: 1900 RPM, 2000 and 2100, and the Castle software then tells me what to do with my throttle curve. For 1900 I use a flat line throttle curve at 30%, for 2000 a flat line at 70%, and for 2100 a flat line at 100%. Of course, the brake is disabled in any sort of helicopter mode. I use a voltage cutoff of 36 volts for my 12-cell pack, and this is described here. So 12-cell pack, 36 volt cutoff. Current limiting I've set to insensitive, and I'm using a soft cutoff, which is very important in a helicopter. With the Scorpion motor I'm using, I use a medium start power, low motor timing, and 8 kHz PWM rate. I think that's all the important settings. The main one to note is to use low governor gain. After you've changed these settings, don't forget to update your ESC. If you don't now hit update, the settings will not be saved to the ESC. Now all that's left to do is program the transmitter, and we can go fly.